Good evening, viewers, and our many viewers and listeners out there. Welcome to the Melting Pot, all right, a regular weekly edition of their a thought-provoking show about Liberia and happenings in Liberia. Liberians in the diaspora, Liberian at home, a lot of things happening, a lot of things going on. And we come on every weekday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to give you what we call the Melting Pot. And the Melting Pot is a thought-provoking talk show that talks about what's going on in our country, in Mama Liberia, and we look forward to having you join us tonight on some very thought-provoking conversation. But meanwhile, while we get started, I want to just entertain you to something in the meantime while we get started today.
Because we fell out with that nonsense in their country. Yeah. Don't say I got rescued and I want to kill or slaughter. I can't do that. So security, they kill my police, they kill my right with seller police, they kill a girl awareness. For now until the 7th, they will see her on the street.
So yeah, a lot of
people. I don't get nobody job for saying that. And I on the street, the people from the federal office they can come by our son. I want people making it. Yeah. And I blessing will not be not in market. I am on the street. And I market or say in the general market. Sell a rubber phone. All over the world, America. They sell it on the street. Africa, they sell it on the street. And then Labrador. Why they improve that they want to suppress up on the street?
This case will happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Parker, knowing that by 2023 he'll retire. Okay. Knowing that 2023.
Jeremiah Kuhn said, you know that by this time President Biden
will
retire.
You have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding it and you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy me paper. Every day I gotta buy a paper. They never bought me paper before. Mm-hmm. I'm buying paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he says that when you run for one term. He says that. I agree with
you. Ego, you might be happy now. I beg you, I am happy. Or leave it. You know that I can't see. I'm a friend premier. I know the player. Help me now. You want me to follow me? I'm a you can't see, you know that. Yes. So security, they kill my police, they kill my right with seller police, they kill a girl awareness. For now until the 7th, they will see her on the street. That's why you don't get nobody job for saying that. And on the street, the people from the federal office they can come by our son. I want people making it. Yeah. And I blessing will not be not in market. I am on the street and I'm market or say in the general market. Sell a rubber phone all over the world, America. They sell it on the street. Africa, they sell it on the street. And then Labrador. Why they improve that they want to suppress up on the street?
This case will happen here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Melting Pot. The Melting Pot is where we discuss issues pertaining to Liberia. We will cover current issues, developing discussions across the country, and we discuss our views on the issue and what our recommendations we can provide to our country. If you're just joining us and you're coming online, we want to say welcome. Please share this show. If you're joining us, share this show. This is the Melting Pot with your host, Reverend Dr. Clarence R. Pearson. And I'm here today alone. I'm hoping that Dr. Deke will come later on after his work and join us. But if not, we're gonna steer this ship alone. We'll be discussing a couple of things tonight. We want to look at quickly. Tonight, President Boyka has traveled about 9 times in 9 months. I mean, what are the dividends? What the travel is bringing for Liberia? Is there any goodies in the bag for Liberia? Has there been any change based on the president's multiple travels across the country? We will be looking at that. We also will be looking at the issues pertaining to Councillor Gonglo. President Boyka offers President Boyka offer Councillor Gonglo job, and Councillor Gonglo turned it down. Why did Councilor Gonglo turn the job down? Like he doesn't want to work in President Baka government. What's going on? Is he afraid? Does he think that the government is going down? He doesn't want to be a part of the government that is going down. All right. So another topic we'll be discussing tonight is President Baka and the issue of accountability. There are some who are discussing and saying, well, President Baka doesn't mean well for the country. He doesn't really want to hold people accountable, and he has issues and problems with accountability. Do you believe that? We're going to discuss that also. Is President Baka holding people accountable in his administration? And then another thing we'll be discussing is suspended LDA boss A.B. Kroma appears in court. There's a court case in Liberia, and A.B. Kroma appears in court. And the whole thing about his appearance in the court is to give us out the story. If you can recall, even his deputy, Fadiga, accused A.B. Kroma of collaborating with drug laws and stealing drug money. But is that the case? We can look into that. Welcome to the show, Francis, Seyi, and Initials Boyka. Initials, if you want to join the show, let me know. I can send you the link, and you can come on to give us a balanced view from how you see it or how you see the situation. But these are the trending topic today. The last topic we'll be going over will be the University of Liberia. Those of us who have friends and family in Liberia, those of us who have children we support in Liberia are telling us that they're seeing significant amount of money being charged them at University of Liberia when they go on the app to register for the courses. They get this message that tells them to pay money in advance while they're trying to pay in the courses. And the last one I just saw from one of the kids that I'm trying to help out in Liberia, the figure is alarming. It's asking them for like $150 something. All right, so is the free tuition still holding, or what's going on? Even though the president of the university, President Conte, saying, listen, nothing is going on here. The free tuition still hold. But if the free tuition still holding, why are the University of Liberians, University of Liberia students seeing some fees popping up on their app when they're trying to register for this semester? We will be having a conversation around that. And if you have any views towards that, if you have any comment that you want to share, you can just type it in there, make a comment, and I will put it on the screen, and then we can have a discussion based on your feedback. So if you are a UL student and you are trying to register, and you are seeing a huge amount coming up, like $150 or $100, and you want to confirm that, I do have a screenshot of one of the kids I'm trying to help in Liberia. One of the young men I'm trying to help in Liberia, and he sent me a screenshot of his that appeared on his app, and asking for $150 US dollars. You know, where ordinary Liberians can hardly find money. Where the young people taking about $100 from to go register to UL? All right, UL. So University of Liberia. I know we ourselves graduated from University of Liberia. I remember when I was in the University of Liberia doing my master's program, the undergraduate students, the graduate students, our undergraduate students were complaining that tuition were going high, and and were becoming a problem. And they demonstrated in front of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at the time where Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was operating from. And I can Muslim also went there in solidarity with them, even though I was able to pay my own school fees at the time. But we did, as university students, we stand with our own. So I did go there and stand with them. And I remember we got pushed out of there by the national police. Some of the young people got flogged. For me, they couldn't flog me because I was government official at the time and had some level of respect that they were showing me. But yeah, some of the young people got flogged severely. Some people even taken to LMP headquarters. So again, we find ourselves, welcome Clarence Pearson Jr. Again, we find ourselves with the University of Liberia students in uncertainty. They are not sure whether or not they are going to go to school this semester with what they're seeing popping up on the app. Now, if you're a university student and I'm emphasizing it because my heart is there with the young people. So if you're in a UL and you're on the campus and it is different for you, please share your idea with your friends, because some of your friends are seeing ridiculous amounts showing up on the app. And it's telling them to pay, even some of them telling them to pay in advance before they can even plan their courses. If you find a way to get around that and you have gotten around that and you're able to register your courses and you're in and you okay, please share that information with your friends on the UL campus. Not everybody having it okay there. Share that information with your friends on the UL campus. Some of your friends want to register in school, but it is kind of complicated for them right now as we speak. So, and you know, when it comes to going to school, it's an important part of your future and the future of any Liberian who wants a better future in Liberia. So share your idea, share information. If you have a better information how you getting registered without seeing ridiculous amounts showing up on the app, all right, then share your idea with your friends. Share the idea with your friends. So share the show if you own. So let's go into our first topic for tonight. Our first topic for tonight has to do with President Boyka multiple travels. How is this impacting Liberia? What benefit is this causing for Liberia? Let us discuss this and see what benefit is President Boyka's traveling back and forth in the country. What benefit is this bringing to Liberia? So let's start a conversation like this, right? So it is not a bad thing for a president to travel, especially when you feel that you want to have, you want to sell your platform, you want to sell your country, you want to sell your ideas, and you want to get support for what you are doing back home. So even in other African countries, yes, leaders travel abroad. But the question here is that the traveling of a president is very costly. There's a lot of money associated with a president traveling. A president is not like me. I get on a plane like me last year. I went to Liberia 3 times, right? I went to Liberia 3 times. Now, if President Boyka traveled back and forth 3 times alone, that's plenty of money for a lot of people. That's plenty of money for the country. The country, the government is not like something when the president traveling, just a common man traveling. When the president is traveling, it bears heavy financial burden on the country. So with our president traveling back and forth across the country, in fact, I'm hearing he has traveled 9 times in 9 months, and he's also planning to travel again. So are all these travels necessary? Are all these travels necessary? Let's have that conversation. Now, one of the first things is that our country is not, our government is not very transparent with us, right? A lot of time our presidents are traveling and they carry a lot of people behind them. Some of them carry girlfriends, some of them carry friends, some of them carry the people who got no significant reason to be on the trip. They carry them because they feel they are in the same boat. They are friends. But at the end of the day, when people make way for each other to travel like that, it comes with cost to the country. It comes with a lot of cost to the country. And the thing about country is that our government, they are not honest to us to tell us and to have maybe a website or maybe somewhere where they can publish documents. Be on the executive mansion website where they got documents are published. President travel. This is the number of people that you travel with. Significant and insignificant staff. And then in addition to that, this is the cost of the trip so that we can have an idea. And why we want to have an idea? Listen, the country, as we know, Liberia, as we know, is a struggling country. So that the country needs money. The country needs money. So if the country needs money, then it tells you that the people of Liberia, whose money that the country is spending through its government, everybody got their eyes on the little price that we have there. So we want to know how the money is being spent, in the name of the country. So if the president is traveling, is there a website that we can go to, which of course they are not doing it, but is there somewhere we can go and see maybe a list of how many people actually going? I mean, I'm talking about fiasco list, but real list of how many persons traveling with the president, and not just how many persons traveling with the president, but what are the importance of these people going on this trip? How are they important to the trip? And not only that, how much is this trip costing the people of Liberia? And then we who are concerned about our country, who are investing in our country, we can say, listen, Mr. President want to advise in this direction, want to advise in that direction. But as it stands now, nobody knows exactly how much our country spend every time the president travels. And that's a major reason for concern. It's a major reason for concern. And let me say this again. So now, even if I wanted to support the president, right? Even if I wanted to talk something good about the president about travel, right? I cannot say anything. Because I don't have information. I don't know how many persons the president take every time he travel. I don't know when the president is traveling, how much he spent on each trip that he travel when he goes abroad. I don't know. So how do I defend the president? So the only thing I can do right now is I can question, why is the president traveling so many times, and what is he bringing back? And not only what is he bringing back, but so when the president travels, what we hear about is that the president just traveled, and the president just traveled, so there's MOU being signed. You know, they sign MOU. So let me tell you something about MOU, right? They got different degrees of MOU. They got different degrees of MOU. Some MOUs, right? Majority of MOU is not binding. Let me just put it away. MOUs are not binding. MOU is just an agreement. Someone say, you know what happened? We decide to work together and see what you're thinking about. So this is let's sign this paper to show that we have some first step. We want to move in the direction together, and I will look into it and see how I can help you. What they call MOU. So it's not binding. It's not a contract that you sign. Say because we sign a contract, the money must come to Liberia. No. So the president travels on these many different trips. But there is nothing significant that we can put our hands to. Everything that said is signed are just MOU, MOU, MOU. So at the end of the day, how are these MOUs benefiting the country? Becomes the concern of the Liberian people. How are the MOUs benefiting the country? Because if the MOU is just a non-binding discussion, and we sound say, you know, this thing is not binding, but we just sign and say, oh, I know this is the idea, this is the broad idea. Let's just sign this paper to show that we work on this idea. But the possible idea cannot come to pass. So let me give you one practical example, right? So I think it was 2002 or somewhere around there. President Boubacar traveled. He went to the same China that President Boubacar just went to, and they had the same MOU they signed for $2 million, $2 billion, I think $3 billion, $3 billion. And then President Boubacar, I think $2 billion. President Weah came back, and nothing happened with that. That whole thing, finance minister to when they were talking about, oh, we signed $2 billion or $3 billion MOU with China. Other one a fiasco. Nothing came out of it. No benefit to Liberia. Up to the day, no benefit to Liberia. Okay, say, Yomi, thank you for coming on. Please share the show. Nothing, no benefit to Liberia. So, you know, when the president is traveling, and this, especially this many times, so many times the president traveling, then it begs the question: if we don't have this much money, and we're gonna take all our money and just put it into travel, where people are getting padam, people getting DSA, people traveling and enjoying themselves, riding first class, second class, all kind of class, enjoying themselves, eating in fancy hotels, sleeping in fancy hotels, in the name of the country, on the country money, and then at the same time back home in the country. And we're be talking about it, the students in University of Liberia, not public university, they don't even have a proper, money to go to school. Parents cannot even put their children in school. Some of the schools in all substandard, like in Riverside, other places, in rural community schools, back off, where we can put the money in the schools, but no, the money cannot go in the schools because we have to spend it somewhere else. So the question that people will ask is, listen, how can we manage the little resources we have? So that if the president is traveling 9 times in 9 months, now it's going to 10 times in 10 months, then what is he bringing back for the country? You know, it's like, so let me break it down again. Somebody will say, I guess somebody will say just now on the live, they will say, but you're just talking about the president traveling, the president can travel, but the president forced the president. No, the reason why the president is traveling is clear. The country needs money. That's why the president is traveling. What is the president bringing back? He bringing back MOU that people say they will work with Liberia, but most of the time the MOU then it's not binding. So you sign MOU, you come back. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That fiasco is finished. Now, somebody will say, but then what is your recommendation? This is my recommendation, right? A lot of time before the president travel, we have what they call foreign service, our Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We got diplomats across the world. People that we pay to represent Liberia. Besides that, we got government ministries and agencies and SOEs that have some technical areas that they're functioning in. If you want Liberia to be successful in the kind of travel, if the president want to hire a voice in the kind of travel, I'm talking about going to the United Nations, which is a matter of must, or the president got to go there and go give speech every year. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about going to these small countries or China, big country like China, or going to Korea or other places to go beg for money. What we say here is, before you go on the kind of trip, you have to have a tangible plan. And that tangible plan, and somebody say, you're completing no solution. I gave you solution now, right? So President Boubacar can sit down and say, okay, I know our arrest general is agriculture, our arrest general is roads, our arrest general is rule of law, our arrest general is education, is sanitation, is tourism, ARREST, agriculture, roads, rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism. and health is in sanitation. So what do? You plan properly. You have sectoral plans in these areas, and with the clear-cut plans and costed and budgeted plans, you use your foreign diplomats, guys that are out there, or you send what we refer to your technocrats to go to the places that you already have desire going to go beg for money, and let them go ahead and go to the sector counterpart, or go to institutions or countries that have areas. Let me give another example. Let's say Korea. We went to Korea. Korea president said we're going to be giving about $40-something billion or something like that, $40-something billion, but we'll put the money. We'll put that money in our own companies. You know, our companies now will liaise with other governments and other partners to see how they can spend the money. So which means when Korea said they're giving $300 billion or $400 billion in investment in Africa, $300 to $400 billion to Africa, they're giving it to their own companies. And that their companies now will partner with other African companies or countries or ministries and agencies, whatever the case is, that having similar work that the companies are doing, then they do business with the country. So if we have that, and we know how the people doing business, what do? You send envoy ahead. You send people ahead. You send your technocrats ahead. You send your ambassadors ahead. You send your foreign missions ahead. Go and interact with these people. Carry a solid plan. Discuss the plan. Tell them what is it that you want to do. Tell them how you want to do it. Tell them this is what I want to do. This is what our country want to do. This is how our country want to do it. This is what we're already doing in this area. And these are the benefits if you invest with us in these areas. All right. So when those discussions are held behind the scene, by the time the president get on plane and go there to certain conferences and meetings to go and negotiate or to go and add emphasis to it, there's already a plan the president can point to and say, listen, we've already started this conversation before. We already had a discussion before. And the discussion is on the table already. It's already in play. And I just want to add my voice that we need support in that area. Then the president gets support in that area. That's how it works. And then which means the president is adding his voice to it. Somebody got to go ahead of the president. Somebody got to lay the groundwork. But you can't lay the groundwork if you don't have a plan. And the thing about the plan here is that, look, in the 21st century development plan, what they call international development programs and partnership. People want partnership today. People are not looking for people who can say, please give me, please give me, please give me. Okay, look at Jesus President Boubacar's speech most of the time when you go to the conferences. He said, oh, Liberia get forests. We get young people. Oh, we get diamond. Oh, we get iron ore. Oh, we want build roads. So you want to tell the people what you want. But you are not telling them what is it you got to offer. So you got iron ore, but instead of metal, already finished taking iron ore mount. So when the people gonna do iron ore, that Wodogisi they go into, right? So when they go to Wodogisi, what do you have in plan? What is the layout you got now for Wodogisi? That one Wodogisi mountain, every time somebody won't go to that Wahala. Anybody won't go to that Wahala. Why we always have Wahala when you talk about Wodogisi mountain? Because one of the few mountains left in Liberia right now that got iron ore in it and other minerals, right? So before the Liberian people, they are open now. They say, listen, you get a certain metal, the other, you get put to man, the other one. So now our small thing we get left now, we're careful. We don't want anybody to just go steal up our resources or giving us anything in return. The beer mountain, the people they taking all the resources from the country, that they go there to take, that the Sun country to take, and the people in the community didn't getting nothing in return. People still living hot. People still living no clinic, no schools, nothing correct there. Then the company taking all the money. Then at the end of the day, the people poor. The company who doing the company rich. People who getting caught on the side of the company, they also getting rich. All of the government officials becoming millionaires. So the Liberian people getting smart. So how do you convince the Liberian people you're ready for business? You have to have a plan. My people, this is how we intend to invest this mountain. And this is how we intend to invest the money when we go out there. There's the plan we're carrying to go sell out there. And there's the plan we're already going out there and we're looking. By the time we get some a good sign, we're going out there to go and see how best we can reinforce it. Then the president go and reinforce the kind of plans. That's how it works. And then when the president comes by, something called follow up. You got to follow up on the kind of arrangements. You got to follow up. Follow Liberian people. Follow means you gotta not you go there. Even if you talk with the business people and you say, oh, my minister then came, or my other business people then came before me. Oh, they came and they talk about this thing we want to do in our country. We want to have a partnership with you. So they're playing the poker and discuss. I had the person I came to visit a few times. So I want to add my voice to this particular player. You can come, you can invest in my country on the plane you've been discussing. But then when the president move from there, now somebody gotta go by there and keep watering that grass, keep watering that plant. Say, happy, our president in this, so we're following up on this thing. How far we going with this? Keep pushing it. Then by the time, then you see results. But we just get on the plane, no here, no there. We just travel, we can't plane the poor beyond us. We go hang in hotels and poor run away. They even go to the conference. They can't even attend the conference. They go sit at different places. They live in hotel, they relax. Some people go visit a family member who they get abroad that didn't see for a long time. They go relax with the family member. They kind of thing they were doing. Then the person come back 9 visits in 9 months. 9 foreign travel president in 9 months. And all the travel he went to, he bring Fusa back. Liberian men say Fusa, he bring it back. Fusa, he come back. Fusa, he didn't come back. Fusa, nothing. Only MOU. So we gotta do it differently. The president must not just travel because there's DSA in the budget, in the national budget. They say, oh, travel allowance there, because travel allowance there, the year coming to the end and the budget year coming finish. So because the budget year coming finish, and they go spend the money so the budget can finish before go do the next budget. It doesn't work. You suffering the country. You hurting the country. All right? You hurting the country. So Mr. President Boakai needs to re-examine how he approached his travel strategy. It's not working. It is not working. It's not working for Liberian people. All right. Let's go to the next topic for tonight. Because of time, let's go to the next topic for tonight. Yeah, so President Boakai, he needs to revisit that strategy. We cannot keep traveling and bringing nothing back to the country. Somebody asking me, and I said, but that, you're talking about the president traveling, not bringing nothing back to the country. But let me ask you, what you know about what the president? I don't know what the president bring back. The president go, he said nothing. He tell how many people he carry, who he carry. He come by again. When I say he tell how many people he carry, who he carry, I tell me that fiasco list is important. They put 5 people list up, but then you go low. You see 20, 25 people outside on the trip. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about sincerity, fairness, transparency. Make it clear to Liberian people. Don't give her no fiasco. Now we want fiasco thing. You gotta be clear to Liberian people. That's what we're talking about. So if the president is going to be traveling, then got to come and tell us clearly what is it the president is traveling for, where he going, how long he'll be there for, how much the country is going to be spending on that trip. So if we know how much the president is going to be spending on that trip, then we relax and we know that the president is doing well. And if the president is doing all these trips, he has to make sure there's something inside for Liberia. No excuse on that. Something has to be inside for Liberia. If not, then the president should cut down those trips. Yeah, I say so. Then the president should cut down those trips. President must cut down those trips. But if it costing a lot of money that we don't already have, we're going to use some of that money for school, hospital, and security and other things. Can be spending money on travel that is not giving any benefit to the Liberian people. The next conversation here, because of time never is in our favor when we're talking some sweet things, So let's talk about the president. It appears the president tried to give Councillor Gonglo, Tiawan Gonglo, who ran for president in this going election. Tiawan Gonglo is known as one of those who's respected in Liberia, right? And then everybody's saying, look, it is important that the president should have credible people in his government, So the president saying, no, I'm hearing all the noise, Dr. Pearson making, Stanton Waterspoon making, FOL, other people making, Liberian people calling, say, no, you need qualified people in your government, So I'm hearing other things about what I would do here is this, right? Let me see if I can reach out to some of the qualified people who will come and work in my government. So one of those President Boakai decided to reach out to is Councillor Gonglo. Councillor Gonglo is a lawyer, all right? He's part of the Liberian Bar Association. Councillor Gonglo working government before he working early government as well. Councillor Gonglo is, he's respected by his peers. So bringing Councillor Gonglo in the government is a very good plus for President Boakai if you're going to be able to do that. But then President Gonglo, a lot of Gonglo said no. Tiawan Gonglo said no. Now, Tiawan Gonglo said no. The problem, the question here now is that why did Tiawan Gonglo say no? Why did is Tiawon Gonglo saying that he doesn't trust the Bouaka administration? Is this a bad sign that something is happening with the Bouaka administration that will make people who could beef up his government to be a friend and say no. We thought you were going to do something good in the second round. When I went for the first round, we didn't win. They didn't win the first round. And so I gave you my party gave you the vote for the second round. Now you won the election and now you're in power. But you calling me now to come work in the government? I say no. So what is Tiawon Gonglo afraid of? Gonglo declines offer to serve as Minister of Justice, advocates for new leadership in the government. So in other words, Gonglo is supposed to be the integrated man there who will say, listen, President Bouaka, if you want to appoint this person, you can appoint this person because this person here get tinted record. Or this person get, the person not correct. The person, the person not have the integrity to be in the government. The person do not have the standing to serve in the government. So he's supposed to be there, to do the checking and balances for the mistakes that President Bouaka having about appointing the people that he's supposed to appoint in government and everybody complaining about. But the question here, that is critical question, why did Councillor Gonglo say no? Is this a slap in the face of President Bouaka? Is this a slap in the face of President Bouaka? Is this a slap in the face of President Bouaka? Because it says something very important. It says, meaning he doesn't have confidence in President Bouaka's government. Why would Councillor Gonglo don't have confidence in President Bouaka's government? It is a sign that President Bouaka is being seen as a failed government. His government is being now seen as a failed government. 9 months. Just 9 months into his government is seen to be a failed government, so that integrity icon like Councillor Gonglo is saying, I draw my hand back. I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be part of this thing. It's troubling. It's very troubling for the Liberian people. Lord, listen to me. Whoever listening to me, Liberian people, this is troubling. For Councillor Tiawon Gonglo to say he doesn't want to work in President Bouaka's government as in a position of a Minister of Justice, advocate for new leadership, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's worrisome. Very worrisome. But again, let's look at the flip side, right? That also can talk so. But if President Bouaka did not start all proceeding well, if President Bouaka moving his government from the beginning, if President Bouaka made mistakes, isn't it the right time for if he came to you as a Liberian who has the skills and the integrity and the moral standing to improve governance in Liberia, and he came to you and said, look, this country going some kind of way, and my understanding now, can you come and help? Don't you think it is patriotic for that person to say yes? But again, I'm not saying Councillor Gonglo must say yes, right? And I'm not saying he's not patriotic for not saying yes, but I'm saying that is a patriotic thing to do. And Councillor Gonglo, being someone who cares a lot about Liberia, and who say he cares a lot about Liberia, that he ran for president and wanted to be president, and now President Bouaka said, "Man, I have some his job here and there. I need help right now. Can you come and join me? Let us solve this problem." And you tell President Bouaka, "No, I don't want." That means something serious is going on. Something, and there are two things could be going on. Number one, Councillor Gonglo may believe himself or may be thinking that President Bouaka's current agenda is not the kind of agenda that he feels he can support. Meaning, President Bouaka is proceeding wrong. Because let me tell you something, it is one thing to have people and say, I got agenda, a rest agenda. But it is one thing for you to have the political will to accomplish your agenda. If you don't have the political will to accomplish your agenda, thank you for coming on, Tracy. Thank you for coming on, share the show. If you don't have the political will, and people see that your agenda is just on paper, but you don't have the courage to implement that agenda, then they feel that if I join you, I will just put my name for nothing. And especially Councillor Gonglo, who wants to become president too in the future, ran for president, even though he didn't win, he feels that if he come and join you and you are a failure, he too will be looked at to be part of your failure. So that could be the reason why he doesn't want to be a part of President Boyka's government, because he's proceeding wrong. So President Boyka is in hot water from what I see, especially with Amin Moda resignation. That's a topic for another day. I'll leave that for another day. It's a hot topic for another day. But yeah, it's worrisome that Councillor Gongolo is not willing to work with President Boyka. It's a worry. Any Liberian, you listen to me, you should worry about that. For Councillor Gongolo to say, President Boyka wants to give him job. Ministry of Justice. In the Ministry of Justice. And I say, no, I don't want it. It tells you something serious. President Boyka needs to double check himself. President Boyka, if you are paying attention, the sounds are on the wall. The Liberian people are looking for change. The Liberian people want genuine change. And for the people to get genuine change, they need integrated people in the government. They need people in the government that they can trust, people in the government that they get confidence. And when President Boyka government is going downhill, and people who are supposed to come, that he can appoint and come and give his government some and redeem his government, I tell him, say, no, we ain't coming there, then something is very wrong. That's a bad sign for our country. That's a bad sign. That's the reason why when you're in power, President Boyka will say this to you. Some also started talking early. Somebody said, in fact, I started talking from, you're not even in power, so I started talking. And when I started talking about things you are making mistakes about, people were there cussing me. Some people were saying all kind of things. Oh, Reverend, yeah, you can't mind business. He's all be preaching in the pulpit. Yeah, you're talking about politics. The main is sitting in power. Yeah, you complaining. Yeah, because early mistakes can have long-lasting impact on you. Anything you want to do in life, if you're listening to me, anything you want to do in life, make sure that we can say put your best foot forward. Your first few steps in life, whether that new job, whether that new business, whether that new office you're going to, whether you get into a new country for the first time, whether that new relationship with a girl, whether that new relationship with a boy, your first impression, it counts. That first impression, you got to take it seriously so that when people see your first action, then they can grade you on that. They say, yeah, I get confidence in what they may come and do. But when you mess up all the first steps, it's hard to move forward. Because, when you know the building will be strong, you got to see it from the foundation. If you're going to know the building going to be strong, you see it from the foundation. If the foundation is weak, the whole building will be weak. Now, President Boyka started on the wrong foundation. Now you want to call Mason like Teron Gonglo to come there and see if they can adjust the foundation. Teron Gonglo said no. That's a troubling sign for Liberia. But I leave that topic on this note. I feel, this is my personal opinion, right? If your country call on you to help, it doesn't matter which party you're from. It doesn't matter who you support during elections. If your country needs you and your country is in dire need of the skills and the technical know-how you have, I think you should go and help your country. If there are good reasons why you cannot go, well, then you have the right to say, look, listen, you call me right now, but I got good reasons why I cannot go. And I feel Councillor Gongo working government before, he worked with Ellen Johnson before. So I feel if he didn't have good reasons, he wouldn't have turned it down. So he turned it down, I think, because he have a good reason. But like I'm saying, it's a bad sign for President Boyka. So how can President Boyka solve such a problem? Because people will say, now you talk about it, oh, that bad sign, but what is the solution? The solution, I would say, Cassius Call is welcome. Thank you for coming on. All right. If you want to be a part of this show in the future, you let me know, Cassius Call, and I can bring you on. I can send you the link to join the show. All right. So again, listen, what can President Boyka do? The same thing go with President Weah and President Boyka's situation. President Boyka show former President Weah very serious disrespect. Disrespect about using VIP. Disrespect about his security detail, that because he's ex-president, he needs security detail. Disrespect him when it comes to the man, his government officials get up and say all kind of nasty thing about John Manning. We are even down to the information minister and deputy information minister says some demeaning thing about the former president. They can come on Facebook and talk kind of nasty thing about the president, even though they're in government and they're serving under another president. They're disrespecting another president, but at the same time, he comes to the man, read a man a long letter, can go join me into the United Nations so we can go beg for Security Council position. Sit on the Security Council, non-members, non-voting rights, non-member, voting rights, sit on the Security Council. The old man said, listen, former president, we are saying, listen, it doesn't make sense to me. You cannot be disrespecting me. You cannot be cursing me. You cannot be trying. You're not looking out for my security. You're not looking for my benefits as a former president. You are not even calling me to say, oh, Mr. Former President, let us sit down and see and chat or any kind of thing. Nothing. Since I call you and say, oh, welcome and congratulations for winning the election. Up to now, we have not even sat down to talk as president to president. And all the things you finish doing, then you send me a letter. I must say, listen, if I'm in a community, right? I'm in a community, you must say in a community. I'm community chairman. You went for election in the community, you win the community chairman position, I turn it over to you. Then you say, oh, the community town hall I would pay. The VIP area in the community town, when I go visit the town, I can go in the VIP. When I won't go there, you're beginning and stop me to make fun out of me. You know, carry police all there on me, all the kind of food in there. Then. So at the end of the day, you must say in a good relationship. Then how can you come to me and say, oh, can't help me? Can't help me. So President Bawka needs to be very strategic about these things. Sometimes before you even make that event, you need to soften the ground, President Bawka. You need to be a reconciling president. You need to be a reconciler as a president. You need to have good relationship with your counterparts so that tomorrow when you need them, like you need Tiawan Gongolo now, and you need Tiawan Gongolo, when you go to them now, they can say, yeah, you know, we already talked and I committed to you that I'm willing to support you in your. So yeah, whatever you want me to do, you call me, I will help you. That's how you gotta build rapport. You can undermine somebody, disrespect somebody, abuse somebody, you can't another myself, oh, I want for you to can't help me. How the person will say yes? It doesn't work like that. So Tiawan Gongolo turned President Bawka down. That's a slap in the face. And then they also say that something is wrong somewhere. Let's go to our next topic for tonight. Because of time, let's go to our next topic for tonight. If you have any comment, put a comment in the comment section and I'll flag it, and then we can discuss it. Let's go to the third point for tonight. President Bawka criticized on issues of accountability. President Bawka criticized on accountability. So again, President Bawka in hot water again with this whole accountability. So let me break it down for Liberian people. When they say accountability, what are we talking about? You know, it's like you made me the boss man in the home, right? Over the business. Say, oh my man, I got business, man. I want to employ you to come be a head of my business. Put me there to be a head of the business. Then in the shop now, everybody's stealing here. Some people stealing down there. Other person steal here. Another person steal down there. People stealing in the shop, but I'm not doing nothing. People steal the shop, I'm not doing nothing. The goods going down. The goods going down. So then the business owner and I say, but the thing going, anything funny, oh. How come now? I get him my business to run. The business running. I'm seeing profit, nothing, no profit coming yet. Then people who the man employ, the post stealing, the man who manage my business, the man who conducting my business, the man can take action. So the post about that issue now with accountability. Is this business as usual? We sat on there, we say, oh, President, a former President John, we are in power. He doing this correct. He doing this correct. He not punishing your official. He not taking action on his government official. His official didn't just do anything they want to do. They sanction them. All he wanted action. Even though they resign, when they sanction them, those who they sanction, they resign. Magay resign. What the guy name? Solicitor General, he resigned. All right. But they resign. Then Bawka said, no, resigning is not enough. Even if people resign, you got to prosecute them. Okay, now you in power now. You in power now. So now you in power now. Your people there, Grisby. You didn't even take office here. You not President Bawka. You didn't even take office. Grisby, when collected 500, we'll be talking it until you hear for the 6 years. We'll be saying they want to. Grisby, who when you were president elect, you even made gain the title you get yet in how do you call it, Minister of State. You made even Minister of State yet in the Ministry of State. You even made Minister of State yet. They make what take $500,000, $500,000 on fiasco to go buy a vehicle when you're not even president. Say you want to use it on inauguration time. What you want to say? If you say we lie, then you bring up facts to prove otherwise. You're sure, in fact, you're sure the vehicles that you bought for. So 5 vehicles at $100,000 for each other vehicle. If you find if Amin Moda had to resign for $96,000 vehicle business, then why Grisby has not resigned over $500,000 vehicle business, or because you are riding the vehicle before the election time, before the inauguration, got your right in President Boyka. Stealing that stealing. Rogue that rogue. They ain't got no small rogue and big rogue. Anybody steal that stealing. So the other man stole. So he said that man, Amimoda umpa. Yeah, sorry for Amimoda. Sorry for Amimoda. Amimoda is not procurement officer. Amimoda is not GSA. Amimoda does not work with PPCC. None of those things. Amimoda is not the one that go shopping for car. The man a minister, the man just got the car assigned to him because you get contact. Indiscretion. Amimoda have to resign because of that thing. But in the meantime, Grace Bill, who said wrote letter with him, he wrote it with him, asking for 500,000 from pensioners' money. 500,000 from pensioners' money. Grace Bill still saying that today in our office, traveling around, you going to other places, other countries, going to pay for money. No wonder why we can get no money from outside the country. Nobody can look at road driving behind the president, roads driving behind the president, get the president money. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Let's leave Grace Bill. Let's drum what Grace Bill small. Let's go to the party chairman, Reverend Luther Tappe. Reverend Luther Tappe to $300,000, $300,000, $300,000. He ate one from there. No scheme in Unity Party. Not opposition, Unity Party. It's a no scheme from there. Reverend Luther Tappe, not no scheme, but $300,000, $300,000. King order Luther Tappe, Unity Party chairman. Oh, somebody ate some of the money from the $300,000 inauguration money. That thing, that no scheme, no, it went down. Swear. Yeah, but today, for $96,000, Amimoda had to resign. $500,000, $300,000, nobody resigned, nobody stepped down. In fact, the party chairman got 2 jobs. He party chairman at the same time, he put authority board chair. He stole money from $300,000, but he good enough to go be board chair for NPA. Can you imagine that? Then you go outside, you go pay for money. You think people will give you money? They will not give you money, Mr. President. They will not give you money. Now that the Grace Bill, let the party chairman Luther Tappe, Reverend Luther Tappe. Let's go down to nephew. Let's go to nephew talking. Nephew Jake Kabakoli. Nephew Jake Kabakoli. Mr. Nephew Jake Kabakoli. Noka, where President Ellen Johnson said his son went so money from money from there. Today President Ellen Johnson said that millionaire from there too as well. He's saying nephew there, Jake Kabakoli. Jake Kabakoli did not even say stay 1 month in office. Agencies were asking for about $700,000, $700,000, $500,000, $300,000, $700,000. Where is the $700,000? Some of the fiasco, to cover it. Jake Kabakoli stay at the Nuka. Then you go outside, you go ask for money, then people give you the money. You can manage the one you got. You won't go ask for money outside. It's not going to work. You got to balance it out. When you go to beg somebody for money, you got to be managing the one you already have. And you, again, look, President Boyka, you are a deacon. You are a deacon, President Boyka, you are a deacon. Let me say Bible verse to you. The Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required, more much is expected of him. So if you get money that you're not managing well, what may you think when you go outside to go beg money, all about people add money to you? The people say to themselves, but listen, if the man got people stealing his own money in his backyard, what will happen to our own money? If they cannot respect their own money that they sweat for to get, I know what I say, you sweat for your taxpayer money. The money the country sweat for to get, I ain't getting enough, you're stealing it. What will happen with our own money there? President Boyka doesn't worry that. You got to balance it out. You go in beg for the money, at the same time, you have to have discipline back, fiscal discipline back home. And when somebody do wrong, you got to discipline them. You got to show accountability. And that's how they will respect you and say, yeah, then we can trust and put our money. Because anybody who goes to your country to invest, they got to know that the rule of law is active there. Corruption is not the order of the day. Rule of law is active, and corruption is not the order of the day. That's what people want to know. So now, let's look at something else. Let's look at something else, right? So, Grace Bill, $500,000 from pension people money, poor people money. The people who on pension said they gave me say get straight money. My auntie, my mother's older sister, peace be to 2 of them, passed away. Her son even couldn't get a pension, her mom pension money correctly. Even the pension money she was getting before she passed away, I think what was it, $50 something? $20 something? When you put in US, $20 something, $50 something. Can you imagine that? Stealing people money, pension, all poor money, and they poor. So if they poor pension money, so I can even say back a referendum to carry home straight. Then you go there and go take money from the power for Liberia. Now let Jacob Akodi. Let it Jacob Akodi. Why we struggling about Jacob Akodi? Why we still complaining about Grace Bay? Why we still complaining about Luther Tape? The other one who finished collecting money from the country already. At the same time, within the inauguration, the money for the inauguration barely spent, poorly expended to the point that Miata family herself came up and said she did not have control over what happened at the inauguration. She did not have control over the budget. People manipulated her. People turned her hand. She didn't have control over anything. At the end of the day, the woman said to you, President Barker, she said plainly on the media, she said the people did their own thing that did not have control over. I went to the inauguration and some things I saw there, they were just happening by itself. I didn't know how it was happening there. Down to the stage, the whole how it was set up. She said nothing I know. The people did their own. Down to water, people didn't even get water. Some people didn't even get water to drink. You yourself, President Barker, you had to faint. You fainted in that inauguration. The whole inauguration was canceled, and people, all the guests that came from where they had to leave the country while they were carrying to go find a way to resuscitate you. Can you imagine that? And then the Internal Audit Agency, you call it IAA, Internal Audit Agency, came up and gave a press statement that we will audit the inauguration funds. We will audit the inauguration. They went and audited the inauguration up to the day we hear what the audit report say. We hear what the audit report say about inauguration. And then President Barker, you had the audacity to come back and write a letter, a press release, and say you are satisfied with the inauguration, how the inauguration went, and you thank Madam Miata family for her work she did, and everything went on fine. How can you say everything went on fine? The woman told you that my integrity is at stake, my name is at stake because the whole thing went wrong. It didn't go the way I planned it to go. The way I was planning, the way I wanted to go, it didn't go like that. Why didn't you release the other report so the woman can clear on you? Can't say, oh, you know, I thank God everything went well. You did good job, and that's it. What are you hiding? You protecting your party chairman and other people who stole government money so that because you just came to power, they didn't want to show corruption. That's what people are saying. They don't feel you are holding anybody accountable. You question your ability to hold people accountable. And don't forget, a leader who does not hold people accountable, that leader himself is not accountable to himself. Because the accountability begins with you yourself. Because it is from yourself now when you're accountable that you can make other people accountable. You yourself, you're not accountable. You're not accountable. Let me tell you one of the reasons why you're not accountable. 285 yellow machine. I know you say, President Barker, I know you say, oh, it was not me who brought the 285 yellow machine that Mama got better to. Mama got better. No, not Mama got better. Mama got better was ahead of it until you wrote a big letter. You sent it to the National Legislature. You said your old-time friend Saul told you that he was interested in your arrest agenda and decided to do gentleman agreement with you. So we mean a yellow machine. That Booker's yellow machine came from you, Mr. President. Booker's yellow machine came from you. And then that's a bad sound. And because you allowed cover up to happen, question is accountability. How are people held accountable? Mama accountability now remains with you, traveling all around with you. People see that fiasco that happened in our country about the yellow machine. Now, every Liberian, including myself, we all want yellow machine. We want yellow machines in the country. We want machines that will help with agriculture. We want machines that will help with roads development. We want machines that will help with community roads, major roads, and everything. Even the road that around Freeport there, LPRC there, that bad road out there, they have all the money, but then they can't face the road, but they're facing the houses. Now, people, we need the machine, but at the end of the day, the question we're asking you is that, can you do it the right way? Can you follow the rule of law? Can you follow the rule? So now that the rule of law was not followed, now all know the rule of law was not followed because your foreign affairs, your information minister, Jeremy Pia won ERBC and said the other day, oh, we're looking at other options. We cannot go spend money on 295 machines that we can spend less on for the same quantity of machine or for less amount of money. So we mean somebody wanted to defraud the government. And if somebody wanted to defraud the government, Mr. President, if you wrote that letter to the National Legislature that 285 yellow machines were coming from your good old friend, then how come money business came behind? Who wanted to steal money from the country? And why can't you hold that person accountable? Who misled you? Why can't you hold that person accountable, Mr. President? President Joseph Nyeman Boyka, why can't you hold that person accountable and say, listen, you misled me, you misguided me. So because you misguided me, you are hereby dismissed, but you traveling with Mama Kabirete all around. asking people for money. The people seeing the person behind you who try to defraud the country and then standing right beside you asking them for money too. They will not give you that money because they don't trust you. They don't trust the people around you, so they don't trust you. Now let the mama let's go to my own friend, my own sister and friend. And I'm not go there. I will just call the boss name. Bosses from Ghana. Fiasco bosses from Ghana. They paraded the boss. Oh, bringing 300 bosses from Ghana. In fact, the bosses will be here in the next 2 months. Bosses will be trying to ease transportation. Now, somebody trying to play another black deal. Then they're going to bring all bosses to Liberia. Bosses that were coming to break down and cost the Liberia people money, cost the country money. They only to come break down in Liberia because Ghana had refused the bosses. The Ghanaian government had refused the bosses. And the people had the bosses saying nothing for years. They can't use the bosses saying nothing for years. Even the bus terminal, then they built, all of them shut down. Bring all bosses to the country. So when collect money from there, that whole thing are going fiasco. Going fiasco. President Bouaka, hold people accountable. Hold people accountable. When people blunder like that, major blunder, you got to hold them accountable, because if you don't hold them accountable, it comes back to you. It comes back to you. Okay, let me leave the 300 bosses. I said that my friend won't call me. Let me leave the 300 bosses. I won't call my friend. Oh God, 300 bosses. You know what I mean? No, listen. Wait. So even if that boss thing was honest, even if we're honest, meaning we have the money to buy 300 bosses, even if we're honest, and we all cry, we say, oh, the bosses were not correct. Don't you think we're going to still take the same money we're going to use to buy the bosses and go buy different bosses that were correct? You know, do you know, I was sitting down right here, if you tell me, say, bring me 200 bosses and you pay me the money, you give me the physical cash, I can buy the bosses right in America here. Oh yeah, sitting here, off from China and carry to that bureau. GSA can buy the buses in Kerala Bureau. MTA can buy the buses in Kerala Bureau. Find the procurement process. Why your people didn't call themselves advisor, saying that you want to be the one pinching the envelope together, and you don't want to discipline them. You know, let the bosses. Let's go to the 22 million model role. Let's go to the 22 from Public Works Ministry, Minister Gettings. Let's go to the role. 22 million. We mentioned here that it was a bad deal, especially from how we live in Liberia all our lives. We live in Liberia all our lives. We born there, we lived there through the war, everything. We went through Liberia, we came back. It was just recently before we said, oh, let's go find opportunity somewhere else because the country ain't ready here. Because we're getting old, let's go find somewhere and make some kind of living. You know, so that when we get old now, we know what to do. Because we want to be like that. We get plenty of people depending on us and trusting us for something, so they rely on us. So we left the country. You can hustle small and go back. But listen, we told you, how can you go use 22 million to go face road when the rainy season is 1 month away, 2 months away? The room will soon be falling. You won't go spend 22 million. Somebody gonna say, oh, it was not 22 million, it was just 8 million. And in fact, we did single source procurement, meaning we just went and said, handpick people and get them money. I like you, so I gave you money. I like you, I gave money. PPCC agree. How PPCC will not agree? President Bouaka started off threatening all the 10 new positions, all the 10 new jobs. He's threatening everybody. PPCC also is a 10 new job. So once you threatening everybody, coming to power, you're threatening everybody. Everybody says, anything the man want, let's just give it to him. Anything the man people don't want, let's just give it to them. So that what's happening now. Anything anybody say, oh, y'all got to do it. Anything anybody say, oh, y'all got to do it. Down to my man, Mo Ali and all. Give some of book us contract to somebody, $55,000 to a company that was less than 1 month old. Get a company $55,000 and say, oh, that Liberian own company. Oh yeah, because I own company, your hands out. That why make a Liberian own company. Why Syria government will go give company money? That company does not have no history. You 1 month old. What kind of history you get? How can you validate? How can you guarantee that money? 55,000. The 8-1 fiasco, we got to call us again, so they change the MO now. They go in different direction and they doing it again. Seriously? So yeah, 22 million. So what? Only 8 million then corruption King Kong in Liberia. I will not call him again. Because the day I go for confirmation, when they say, oh, we cannot confirm the guy, because the guy called me corruption king. So I'm calling you, right? My defense, I'm calling you. But yeah, I forgive you. Go and sin no more. You Jesus Christ now. I forgive you. Go and sin no more. So what is happening with this government? What is happening with the government? That made progress. That made progress. So yeah. So all of those things. That money went in fiasco. Now the country is bleeding. We're looking for money. People spending money. And we're looking for money. People spending money on things that will not benefit the country. People looking for money for the country, for the budget. We're cutting down on healthcare. We're cutting down on education. We're cutting down on security. We're cutting down on other areas that is important to the country. But at the same time, we're cutting down agriculture in the recast budget. But at the same time, we're eating free money. $15 million. We ate $15 million on items that are not listed in the budget at all. $15 million this gone budget. That's gone budget. $15 million. The budget just stay in the hand for 3 months. They ate $15 million and then even spend it on the budget, spend it outside the budget. Call it off budget spending. Of that kind of money, 2.3 million is called miscellaneous. Unexplained miscellaneous. I ate it, but I know how I ate it. Unexplained miscellaneous. They see NSA that President Bokar was saying, oh, I got to order NSA because I think they can steal the money from. They can just send money there and no record to go and take it from them and then steal it. So he said, I will order NSA. Somebody said, no, don't order NSA. I will order NSA. No, don't order. He commissioned the audit. GSA rush in and go order. They say, okay, you're calling body. No, don't order them again. When they go find out, he is spending $2 million in NSA. $2 million. The $2 million I was spent, President Bokar, that you spent from NSA is not even in the budget. Which means the NSA get money in the national budget. The money in the national budget, now what we're talking about, outside the budget, you spend $2 million, you chunk $2 million into NSA, and you're going to collect it from there, eat it. Why? Because it cannot be audited. Love Liberia, think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. No, that's a lie. So accountability, Mr. President, we need the country to be accountable. Bokar administration criticized for lacking accountability, urge to implement austerity, meaning cut down on your spending. Cut down on you alone, President Bokar, you spending $1.1 million on car. And you're gonna run, you and your VP. At the same time, you're pressuring Modaf for $96,000 car. $1.1 million on car. President Bokar, I saw your comfort this morning. President Bokar, I saw your comfort this morning. When I saw your comfort this morning, President Bokar, I saw more than 6-7 cars before your comfort passed. I saw more than 6 to 7 cars before your comfort passed. You got all the cars in the country already running behind you. No hay, no tail. You're running your tail, all the lean, 4 lean, your tail, the 4 lean. When everybody got going inside, you're running 6-7 cars, 8 cars in your one comfort. One man gets 6-7-8 cars in your one comfort. President for a poor country. Then you still take money. You still take $1.1 million to go buy bulletproof vehicle. Who chasing you, President Bokar? Who hunting you in Liberia to go buy bulletproof vehicle to run in Liberia between where and where? Between Capitol Hill. Capitol Hill means from LD campus, Executive Mansion to Rehab. Just a rap bulletproof car between seriously. Then we'll go around, go ask people for money. They will not give money, President Bokar. They will not give all that MOU, that fiasco MOU. They will not give us money. They will not give us money. But let me leave that topic, man. Let me go to a different topic, man. They will not give money. Go to a different topic. So yeah, let's go to the next topic here tonight. So suspended LDA boss A.B. Kromah appear in court this to go answer to a drug situation, a drug case at the high in Liberia, the ongoing current on drug situation in Liberia, drug case in Liberia. Now let me be frank with Kromah, right? There's no proof that Kromah stole money or connive with the drug law or the people who they're dealing with the drug issue, right? But here's the thing, right? There is this accusation that whenever my men go and collect people for drug and things, they can report all. They They can report all, and even when they tell they put money and things like that, they can report all the money. They can take some for themselves. And I know that true. Cause I was there before. I know it can happen. You know, we bust drugs. Blah, blah, blah. Then they take some for themselves. Oh, but they take the money. And so now when you're not even careful, when at your house they go to do the drug bust, when at your house, they will loot everything in your room. If that room you living in, you get TV, you get what they call the things, whatever you get in the house, they will loot everything. They will loot it. They will loot it. Even get small radio, they will loot the radio. They will loot the radio. And I'm saying that from facts. From facts. I'm not guessing. I'm saying it from facts. So our LDA boss, suspended boss, who also have been accused by his deputy, Fatiga, goes to testify in court as to what he knows about the entire issue about the drug business. And let me read few portions for some of you who don't have means to the news. A special team from the LDA arrested the defendants on February 21st, 2024, after a search and seizure warrant was obtained from a magisterial court in Yucatan. And I seen Yucatan. Anybody know that Yucatan? I seen Yucatan where the men collected the fake warrant form. And that means that Yucatan means somebody gotta go look at that warrant. That name that I hear they say Yucatan. A search and seizure warrant gotten from Yucatan. If I'm the lawyer for the guy who they defending the guy that about drug, let's be frank, I support any drug issue in Liberia. I think anybody peddling drug in Liberia should be arrested, and the drug should be seized. It should be destroyed if possible, or whatever they somebody do illegal, they should do with it. But the fact that I see search and seizure warrant coming from Yucatan, my antenna on my head send us straight. That is simply the thought that Booker's search and seizure warrant fund that brought out North to CDC headquarters. So just seeing that alone, it raised eyebrow for me. Okay, so yeah, what happened, right? Suspended Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, LDA boss, Colonel Abraham Nkrumah, has told an open court that he had known renowned drug dealer George Obe, alias Original Japan, before his recent arrest. Now, I'm taking my time to read this for a reason. I'm taking my time to read this for a reason because there is this thinking that it's possible A.B. Nkrumah is linked to this guy and to the whole drug issue. And Fatiga is on record for saying that he has evidences, or pieces of evidence, as they will say, that A.B. Nkrumah is in cahoots with drug traffickers. That A.B. Nkrumah is in cahoots with drug traffickers. So that is important, very important. So for A.B. Nkrumah to admit that he's been knowing this guy who they busted for drugs for a long time, even before they arrested him, they raised eyebrow. In addition to the Yucatan search and seizure warrant. If I'm the lawyer for Obe, I want to look into that. All right, so Nkrumah said he didn't know any guy before they arrested him. Colonel Nkrumah, who continued his testimony on Tuesday, October 8th, as a subpoenaed witness, meaning he didn't go there by himself. He didn't go there willingly. He didn't go there as, maybe head of DEA who was part of the operation. And because you were part of the operation, you go there to be a witness to what happened when maybe he went to arrest the guy for drugs. No. He was subpoenaed, meaning he was requested by the court. He was required by the court to show up and to testify. So, there are two reasons why they can subpoena you. They can subpoena you if you don't want to willingly go to testify, they can subpoena you. Right? If you're not willing to go testify, they can subpoena you. So that's one of the major reasons I want to give that. So whether you are not willing to go there and they're forcing to go there on a different story, I leave that with them. However, Colonel Nkrumah said that when he ascended to the LDA as its Director General, his intelligence gathering led him to discover that Obe was not just a vehicle repairer, but also an alleged drug dealer. He said that he said state securities and ordinary citizens corroborated this information. In other words, he's saying, even though I knew the guy before he got arrested, but when I became when I became DA Director General, then I started getting information from ordinary citizens. So listen to this phone, right? Listen to this phone. I mean, this story is interesting. Listen to this phone. If you've been knowing this guy before you became DA boss, it means you've been interacting with this guy. If ordinary civilians like yourself, before you became a DA boss, had idea that the guy was peddling drugs, you are a trained security personnel. You didn't know your friend was selling drugs to tip law enforcement. You didn't know your friend was selling drugs to tip law enforcement. You got to become DA boss first. You got to become the DA boss first before you realize that this your friend is peddling drugs, and you even admitting that besides DA security operators telling you, even civilians were able to agree that the guy was selling drugs. So you were once a civilian and friend to this guy. You didn't know your friend was selling drugs. Something smelling there. Let me continue. According to his testimony, he usually used drug user and suspected drug peddlers to gather information about suspected drug dealers and suppliers. He said this led the DA to Ubed's doorstep along the Japan freeway. In other words, he's saying, I don't know if the person who wrote this is a Front Page Africa story. Front Page Africa wrote this, and the guy who wrote this is Lincoln Peters. I'm not sure Lincoln Peters is quoting this transcript right, because I don't think Eddie Kroman would say that he will use drug user and drug seller to go catch drug seller and drug user. First of all, you can use rehabilitated drug user, and you can use what I refer to as someone who peddled drugs before, maybe got busted, and then you decide to use them as operative, meaning they're no longer selling drugs. But if reading how he said it, then something wrong with the testimony. According to his testimony, he usually used drug users and suspected drug peddlers to gather information about God have mercy on Liberia. God have mercy on Liberia. Let's continue. The resident judge of Criminal Code C, A. Blambo Dixon, recently issued a writ of subpoena Diku Tinkum. I'm not a lawyer, so if I mispronounce it, you have to forgive me. And in that writ, he suspended director. Let me see. Yeah, requiring the DA to come in. Yeah, so I talked about that already. To come in to testify. Judge Dixon's decision was triggered by a motion made by one of the defense lawyers requesting that Mr. Kroman appear before the court on Friday, October 4th, 2024, to testify on behalf of the defendants. The guy who they say accused for drug. Eddie Kroman can't testify for a friend. Well, Eddie Kroman did not. I don't think he testify for a friend. Maybe testify against his friend. Liberia interesting. Liberia is an interesting country. The value of drugs, according to the LDA investigation, is put at the total sum of $31,625 US, or its equivalent, which is $6,077,370 Liberian dollars. According to them, the defense lawyers' request is to have Kroman produce evidence regarding the case in his role for and on behalf of the defendants. In the same manner, the court also subpoenaed the acting LDA officer in charge, Christopher Peter, to appear along with CCTV footage taken from the home of the defendant, Obed. So, which means this guy also had CCTV in the house. So if there's anything wrong there between he and the officers, then CCTV will have recording, so they won't see what happened there. During a testimony on Tuesday, defense lawyers questioned his relationship with the suspect, and when he got to know that the suspect was dealing drugs, the same time asking the same question. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm gonna say I decided before I even reached there, I started asking the same question. The suspended LDA boss replied, "I had no clue. I had no idea. I had no clue about that until becoming DA." God. Even though when I became DA boss, my security guy hinted me, but at the same time, community member then told me, say, yeah, the passport. So if community member will know that guy said, enjoy, you the main friend. You the main friend. Before he became DA, but you know, and you more security man than the community member. You know. Ayaka. That made progress, yeah. That made progress. The suspended LDA boss replied, I had no clue about that until becoming director of LDA. And that's how state securities and other people told me, oh yeah, other people get idea more than you, the security minded person. So I was shocked. Oh my God, I was shocked. I was shocked when people told me about him being a peddler. So as an experienced, of course. So as an experienced law enforcement practitioner, I did not hold it against Japan. What? Wow. Obey has been in the community doing spare parts business on cars. Conor Nkrumah continued. He's expensive and never gave a discount to me as his customer. So he's trying to say that he and friendship that kind of way. So to find out that he was dealing drugs became very confusing to me when I took over as an LDA boss. Yeah. Recently, Japan, which is the guy Obe, Japan on the witness stand accused Conor Nkrumah of owing him the drug dealer $2,700, and has since refused to pay after making several promises. He narrated that Conor Nkrumah, serving as LDA boss, led a search and seizure warrant to his house and planted drugs in his compound because of his Conor Nkrumah indebtedness to him. So the guy saying that Conor Nkrumah is the one who put the drugs in his house. I will stop there. Conor Nkrumah put the drug in his house just so they can bust him because he won't pay the main debt. But you know what is interesting about this case, to me, what is interesting about this case is that drug is a major issue in the country. Drug is a major issue in the country. And because drug is a major issue in the country, President Bouhaka cannot be playing with drug issue in Liberia like this. Nkrumah and Fadiga and the other guys, Nkrumah and two of his deputies, the three most senior positions in LDA was suspended almost 4 going to 5 months ago. And President Bouhaka has not even disclosed to the public the findings of the investigation that led and that followed that suspension. Even though the investigation is over, he has a report. So then why is he waiting for? Meantime, our children are dying. Meantime, our people are going through desperate times in the country. And drugs killing our children. Drugs killing our children. Drugs killing our people. Drugs killing our people. And then the president said drug is he says it's a national security issue. He said not only that drug is a national security issue, he said the drug issue in the country, he said drug issue is a national security issue. Then he went further, he said not only that it's a national security issue, he said drug issue in Liberia is a national security threat to the country. If all of that is true, then what's stopping President Bouhaka from ensuring that the ministry has proper leadership, not acting leadership, but proper leadership to make sure that drug is addressed in our country? The last time I saw a video of people how their lives are being destroyed by drugs in Liberia. Their lives are being destroyed by drugs in Liberia. President Bouhaka, drug is a serious issue in Liberia. Now, because the LDA does not have a properly how you call it? It's not properly what? Okay, they don't have proper leadership. They don't have proper leadership in the country at the moment. You don't have the director general, got somebody acting. You don't have the 2 major deputies that's supposed to be working in coordination, the 3 of them working in coordination to effect the drug enforcement agency tax in the country. You don't have them properly working no more. At the end of the day, everybody doing their own thing, President Parker. And the seriousness to which you want to apply to the drug issue in Liberia is not there no more. Meanwhile, our children are suffering. President Parker, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where is the leadership? Where is the leadership? If you don't trust Abiy Kroma, fire him. If you don't trust Fadiga, fire him. Put people into office who will come there and do their job. There are major work that needs to be done there. We need a drug strategy, a drug enforcement, drug response, a national drug response strategy. You need a vibrant, working drug enforcement agency to do that. Not only we need that, we need lobbying for resources, financial resources for the drug enforcement agency. People who will be traveling, and, to garner support and garner technical know-how skills and promote the institution so that the institution become effective. You need drug rehabilitation in the country. You need drug rehabilitation in the country. You need viable programs, prevention, early prevention, care and treatment, recovery support. You need all of these things to be happening in the country. They are not happening. Why? Because the president, you are not putting priority on the drug issue in our country. And our children are dying. Our brothers and sisters, our mothers, our fathers are dying. And you are responsible, President Barker. You are responsible. You are responsible for the death of young people in our country. You are responsible for the people, the group of our people who are languishing from drugs in the country. You are responsible because you are the leader. You are responsible. Now let's move on to our last topic for tonight before we bring this to a close. It's a topic that is close to my heart. University of Liberia, graduate myself. This is a matter that is near to me. I talk about University of Liberia. I'm a graduate from the University of Liberia. I'm a graduate from the University of Liberia. So I'm passionate about University of Liberia. Not only that, I love education. So I'm passionate about education as well. And I love the youth. And I'm passionate about the youth as well. President Barker, if anything is important to our country, is the education of the young people. And not just the education of the young people, but the quality of the education of the young people. And let me say this to you, President Barker, you narrated, I heard you narrated how you said by your own voice, you said how you struggle to go to school. You walk long distances to go to school. People, children, also struggling to go to school. Some of them cannot even afford. At least your children will afford because you work for government for 40-something years, and government are paying you so you're able to send your children to school. But there are parents, there are people out there, market women, or employ people who got children that they tie their ways. They sell better pepper, they sell pepper, they sell cola nut, they sell red palm oil. They sit in the market, you run behind them, you break the market and things like that, but they still manage to put the children through high school. Now the children got to go to college, no money. And University of Liberia right now, the previous government made the public university free. Where the children, when they pay the small registration fee and go and learn. And then our country rich. We got money. You cannot tell me we don't have money. We got money. You President Barker, if you this, you put $100,000 prepaid card. The SIM card, we can call it a Visa card, the other card, the bank card, they can swap in the machine. You put $100,000 on your card to try when you go around they buy no more days. You have bro, you have $100,000 on your card, you swapping it to buy things for yourself. People don't have that kind of benefit in Liberia. $100,000. Besides that, you buying car for yourself for university, costing $1.1 million. The education of our children, President Barker, man, stop it, man. You're stopping, man. Just stop it. Just stop. One of my picking contacted me. He said, Dad. He said, I went to register my courses. When I put in my information to get my control sheet, the first thing I buy in front of me, they asked me for $51. $151 US, meaning $151 US. They say, so I'm saying, but are you sure they picking screenshot and send it to me? And I'm looking at it myself, I say, what the heck? What kind of typical Liberian picking, hustling picking will go get $151 US? They kind of hard time in Liberia. Where? Right after some people finish hustling to go pay graduation fee, 300 plus US in LU, more than 300 plus US in LU. Oh my people, man, y'all stop it, man. Look, President Barker, you're stopping, man. So they're picking crimes on there. I said, go ask your friend. Go, no, you gotta double check this thing. Because it doesn't make sense to say that school, that free school, you pay $151 US. They're not free school. For Liberia, then it is not free school. That public school money there. That public university school money there. That's not free school. The labor when they said, Reverend Pearson, he said, Doc, he said, I put in my control number and tap in to register my courses at LU. In when I look, I saw $151 US. Where am I going to take it from? So I said, my picking send it to me. The picking send it to me. He sent it to me, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, I'm my mother. Like, who can do that to our country, my people? The young people needs to be educated. There is nothing wrong with the children having free education. In addition to the free education, there's nothing wrong for them to have science laboratory. There's nothing wrong with them having, I mean, up to standard, state of the art library. There's nothing wrong with them having buses to take them to school for free. There's nothing wrong with them having free lunch at 12 o'clock because you can afford it. Government officials, you're spending $3,000 to put gas in your generator to your house. You get yourself allowance for house. You're already building with you're finna build already for you. You're giving yourself housing allowance. You don't stop there. You put gas in your car that they give you for free. Plus your own private car and you put gas inside. The children going to school, you can pay something in a school fee for the children. You can even do that for the Liberian children. Why are you doing it to the future generation of our country? Why are you doing it to the future generation of our country? Why are you doing this to them? I seriously frown on the Joseph Parker administration. I seriously frown on the Joseph Parker administration on this particular issue. I think our children needs to be given opportunity to go to school and to college. It should be free. Public university should be free. University of Liberia dismisses reports of ending free tuition as mere speculation. Yeah, you say that's speculation. But when the children go on the campus, they feel when they tap in the control sheet to see if they can get the information, to see if they can get a control sheet to register the courses, the kind of money that coming up there, that it doesn't look like free tuition. What's going on? The Ministry of Education need to speak to this. And I'm calling on Nathaniel McGill, the chairman on education at the House of Representatives, should call LU the Minister of Education to the House of Representatives to answer question. Call him to answer question. Why are our children trying to enter the courses at LU? They feel this. Why are they seeing money like $150 US? What happened there? Is that how free education looking? $150 US for that free education for Liberian people? That's somebody the whole month salary down there. Some of them parents, that the whole month salary down there. That Oma who's selling better ball. That Oma who market just broke down. That Oma who's selling pepper who market just broke down. That the Oma whole year profit there. What are you doing? What are we doing to our country? What are we doing to our country? So now the training LD not going to school, trying to register the courses. They are meeting up with these ridiculous amount of money there on the app, on the online app. We gotta do Honorable McGill, head on education in the House of Representatives, or meeting on education in the House of Representatives. Please call the education minister, and let her answer question. And in fact, the whole thing at the Providence, Mr. Conte at the University of Liberia president saying, "Oh, it's not just speculation." No, we here for speculation. We here for speculation. No, that whole conversation of lie. We're looking at what we see, and what we see is what is the issue. So if that is the issue, then we need you guys to do what you need to do. Give the children access to education and quality education for that matter. Tuition at the UL needs to be free. Tuition at the UL needs to be free. So that's how I'm going to bring this the melting pot to a close today. Thank you for joining me and for being on there with me. Today we'll cover a couple of topics. President Barker, multiple travel. What is he bringing back to the country? We don't see much. Councillor Tiawan Gonglo declined an offer from President Weah to serve in his government. That is a troubling news. It means a slapping President Boubacar face, which means Councillor Gonglo is not sure what's going on, and he doesn't trust President Boubacar. He's not sure what's going on there, so he doesn't want to go there and spoil a name too. And then we also discussed tonight President Boubacar criticized on accountability. Yeah, he got people in your government doing bad things, and he doesn't want to take action, and that's a problem. President Boubacar needs to take action. Even Amin Modai resignation today does not show President Boubacar took action. Why? Because it did not come from President Boubacar. Resignation means the man sat down and decided to just walk away, which is not the case. I don't think that is the case. He didn't. If President Boubacar took action and want to see that he took action, or in his response to the resignation want to see that he took action, or what further action is going to take. And then President again we saw suspended LDA boss answering questions on drug issues. And what's funny about that is that drug is a major issue in our country, and the former DEA boss is being linked to another drug trafficker, and they're trying to clarify his name from there. That's troubling for Liberia. We should be fighting drug, not collaborating with drug laws in the country. And President Boubacar need to take the drug fight in Liberia very seriously. And last but not least, we talk about the LU situation. And I want to say this to President Boubacar. President Boubacar, if anything, if all the money you want to eat in Liberia, eat it, but don't play with education. All the money you want to eat in Liberia, eat it, don't play with education. You like I say, you want to eat your own salary, you want to eat it, you want to see your own salary, steal it, but don't play with education. Please don't play with education. Let the children go to University of Liberia. They already don't have the means. Let them go and be free in the mind to learn. And all of the topics we're hearing that, oh, blah, 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 and this and that, we're saying, please pay the children fees and let them go and do the studies and learn without any pressure from anybody claiming that you are not doing the right thing. As I bring this conversation to a close, this program to a close, I want to say, Liberia, if you're in Liberia, thank you for viewing. Those of us in Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Guinea, and La Côte d'Ivoire, I would say La Côte d'Ivoire, because I didn't like people to say Ivory Coast these days. La Côte d'Ivoire, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Ghana, and in LRB yourself, if you're there and you follow us. And if you follow us by way of YouTube, please hit that button that says subscribe, and then you will get notification anytime we are on air. I want to say, if you're following us on LinkedIn, then please follow me. And once you follow me, anytime on air, you will get the notification when you turn the notification on. So thank you for following us. This broadcast is for Liberians in their diaspora and Liberians at home, where we catch up with issues happening back in our home country. I will emphasize this last stop before I go. President Boubacar traveling, too many travelers, nothing to show for it. And that is a problem for us. And we are calling on President Boubacar to, stop the travel, reassess yourself, and reorganize yourself, and make sure that when you're traveling, that you have a pre-planned travel. People could water the ground for you. Then you travel, you follow up on what already happening there. When you come back, then you're follow up on what you did there, and then let's see if it will give results. Please stop carrying people all around the country flexing for no reason on the Liberian poor money we already don't have. Last but not the least, I want to say to you, President Boubacar, if you're hearing me here today, please find a way to communicate to us your full travel list and the cost associated with the travel. That way, you'll be promoting transparency and accountability like you promised. Because transparency and accountability is very important. And without transparency and accountability, you lead people to speculate. When we start to speculate, it will not be good for your government, because we cannot defend you if we don't have the information. For us to defend you, we have to have the information. So they want to leave it. Before I leave you, I want to say, if you're in Liberia, lock your windows, lock your doors. Go double check that windows, double check that door, and make sure that your home is safe. Don't leave yourself to chance, right? Check that window and make sure your home is safe. Have a good night, and God bless you. Thanks for joining us. And listen, I'm playing Crime Stopper. I'm not receiving any money for playing Crime Stopper, but Freedom FM, they have this early morning show where they are on throughout the night up to the morning time. And if you're having any issues, rogue or armed robber, you take the phone, you call them. I think you already know their numbers. I will try to get a number to be put on the screen as well. Call them, call Freedom Radio, and then they will call the National Police to come over to you to help you out. Or call 911. Call 911. Dial 911 on your cell phone, 911. I guess the police will also show up. So it was a pleasure being on your radio tonight. Have a good one.
Across many places in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, hold it. Don't tell her in your hand for the red authority. Let it not take your it. Come stop right here for us. Bring it safely to your door. Whether you reach or you go. If you see a human target, I mean you judge it. Whoever said that. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm about to report it. Stop, people bring safety to your door. Stop me crying and make it before they before. Stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Keep me hustling, let's for all our people bringing safety to your door. Stop me crying and make it before they before. Stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Keep me hustling, let's for all our
Unstoppable Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-woman, Woman Self-Sign.
People bringing safety to your door. Stop me crying, make it before them before. Stop Liberia, from the center to the interior. Keep me hustling, let's for all our people bringing safety to your door.